Class, I'd like to welcome you to Assessment Strategies. I want to spend a few minutes with you just to do a course overview and a quick introduction. First, Dr. Scott Hunt. I am the professor for Assessment Strategies for this term. Happy to be with you and working with you over the next 5 weeks in this course. By way of background, just so you have a little bit of information about me, this is actually my 33rd year in the field of education. I am the Executive Director of Field Relations at the Ohio Department of Education. Prior to joining the department, I spent almost 6 years as a local school superintendent in Ohio, in Northeast Ohio. Prior to the superintendency, in my home district where I live, I spent 15 years. My last year as the director of college and career readiness, I was a middle school principal for 5 years, a high school assistant for 5 years, and a high school counselor for 4 years. Prior to that, I taught the whole spectrum, elementary, middle, and some high school for 8 years. In a variety of settings, from rural to suburbs to an urban setting. Started my career in Florida, and it was a place where I never had to worry about a snow day. So that's a little bit about me and my background and experiences, and hopefully that will come across in our interactions in this class. I want to take a little bit of time to run through the menu on the course, and I want to point out some specific things to you so that when you are navigating the course, you'll know where you're at and what to do and where you're going. On the home page here, I just want to point out in the instructor studio, this particular area will provide for you my contact information. I do want to say, first and foremost, in terms of communicating, use the Canvas inbox. The inbox is located here on your far left menu items with that icon that looks like mail. You can also use my ACE email, scott.hunt@ace.edu, and my cell phone, if necessary. Don't hesitate to call or text on that number. That is the instructor studio. That's where you'll find that information. I'd ask you to certainly read through the course syllabus. Probably the main thing that I would point out here in the syllabus is that you need to be sure of the calendar and the times in which you must submit assignments and other items that you're required to do. If you miss or are late with an assignment, there's a 10% runoff for each day, a deduction for each day that you're late. However, I understand that we all need some flexibility, that we are all busy, that we have families and full-time jobs. So if I'm aware of an extenuating circumstance that you communicate with me, I'll be able to provide some flexibility in terms of submitting after the deadline. If I don't hear from you, though, of course, then the 10% deductions will occur. One of the most useful, at least in my opinion, parts of the menu is the calendar item. I would encourage you to use that calendar, as it will take you through the course and all of the modules, from the discussion board postings to your analysis and application papers. Take some time to review that and make sure that you hit all the deadlines. The other thing that I use weekly that I hope will be a benefit to you are the announcements. And so I would encourage you to read the announcements. You'll see that I have some posted already here prior to the opening of the course as introduction for you. Make sure that you read through those carefully, most especially about the formatting and expectations for your paper submissions. You can get to your modules and all of the course material under modules. And again, I would encourage you to scroll through the modules menu item, and you can see the introductions, readings, and presentations. I'm going to skip down to the discussion boards for you. And I want to make sure that I point out the Getting to Know You discussion board. Um, I'm going to encourage all of you to post on the Getting to Know You board. It's a great way to introduce yourself to your peers. There is a prompt specific to standardized testing and your experiences in that testing climate, and I've posted something there for you. Hopefully, will prompt you to respond to that particular discussion board. And then the last thing I want to just point out here is the grades. You will notice this is the professor view of the grade book, but grades for assignments are due on Thursdays, meaning I have to have everything in that grade book for you prior to the end of the calendar as it's listed on Thursdays. So I will be sure that your discussion boards, as well as your application and other analysis papers are graded and show up for you in the grade book. And with that, I'm going to encourage each of you to work with your peers in this course. Certainly ask questions along the way as you have them. Don't hesitate to reach out if you do have questions. Good luck over the next 5 weeks. I am looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you.